Hi guys, Oren and Graham back here with another vlog from Apex Music Co. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about home recordings and if it's sort of the way forward for new artists, or if it's just a viable thing for artists to be doing nowadays. Graham's going to kick us off with a little bit of thoughts that he thinks about home recording.
Uh, if you're defining home recording, like any recording that's done not in a professional studio,
Um, yeah, well,
or does it exclusively have to be in your house
Well, it
with
doesn't
one
have
microphone?
to be in your
and
house. Obviously, nowadays with laptops and stuff, you can literally get a tiny interface and go anywhere you really want. Like,
Yeah.
it is more or less, like budget recording, um, sort of, yeah, more or less done in your house and
Yeah.
very limited spaces.
I think it can be very useful for a lot of things. Demoing in particular
Mm-hmm.
before you go into the studio, like
Yes,
into
of
a
course.
professional studio to get an idea what it's going to sound like.
Yeah, we talked about this before.
Getting your ideas down quickly if you're a songwriter and you don't want to lose them,
Yeah,
and you don't want to like sing them into your voice notes app or whatever in your phone.
mine are just bunged.
Yeah, it's convenient.
It
It's in your
is.
house
Yeah.
at any time. You can get in there. It can be cheaper in some cases than going to a professional studio
Yeah.
because the buy-in could be simply a cheap interface, your laptop that you maybe already have, and a digital audio
Audacity.
workstation that you may or may not have pirated from somewhere.
No way.
No, people don't do that.
Seriously.
No one's. I don't.
I would never do that, honestly.
Anyway, those are the pros that I can see. I think those are very good things and things that have only really came about in the last 10 years or so.
Yeah, well, especially in the last, 5 to 10 years, you see quite a big growth of people doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Especially like things that don't really, not that they don't need a lot of production, but it's handy for maybe like a singer songwriter to plug into an interface that maybe cost them 50 quid or something on their laptop that they got for Christmas.
Yeah.
Something very simple. What I found really good about home recordings and stuff, as you were saying, the whole buy-in of it. You spend that kind of money on it. Maybe they got to about 200-300 quid. You'd spend that in a day in a studio,
Yep.
and you might not even have a finished track. When you can spend that and like demo, and you can literally come back to it. You could keep at one track almost for weeks, months if you really wanted. It's really great that way, obviously, and it really is good for artists starting out because you can listen to yourself back. It's fair enough you sitting down in your house, maybe belting out a few songs, and your mum or your dad saying, "Yeah, you sound really great," but
Yeah.
record a few tracks and listen back. You'll start hearing things that you didn't quite hear.
That's not me, is it? That can't be me.
Exactly. No, and I've had that happen to myself where I've went, "This is a really good riff," or "This is really good." And then you sit down, record it, and listen back, and go, "Wow, that was crap. I'm so bad." Then you give up music and open a studio and become a guitar tech.
Very specific.
Well. No, but really, it is very good for the likes of that. Obviously, you are confined to. Some people may be confined to their room and stuff like that, or their house. Yeah, you can maybe go places like it's handy because you can go to like say your local hall or something like that, and set up a couple of mics if your interface allows it or whatever, and record a drum kit and stuff. But most of the time you can't really record real drums. It's all just program and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if you are like a band like a rock band or someone that actually needs something like that, it's gonna be a bit of a pain in the hole to do.
Yeah,
To be honest.
it's sort of it sort of starts to create a blurred line between whether you're recording at home or whether you're a low budget studio, because if you're recording a band then you've got a 16 channel interface and enough mics to mic up everything and a dedicated space, you've effectively become
A studio.
a studio,
Yeah.
but albeit a low budget studio.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it is. It is really good, but then you do have to look at obviously the things that a studio brings you as well.
Oh yeah,
I think, the as you said, space is one thing. Having dedicated space and stuff like that. Also, when you're recording your own stuff, I find that you're sort of in like a performer head. You're
Yeah.
always sort of in that. This is my song. This is how I perform it. Blah 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 blah. You're always going to be thinking about it as your song. When if you go to a studio, you're going to have an engineer who hasn't necessarily heard the song. Maybe it's just heard demos, and they're going to be looking at it from a whole different point of view than you are, which is like it is great for writing, recording. You need someone with another set of ears to hear it, especially someone that is well versed in studio work.
and that's another thing as well. Is what you get when you go to a studio is an experienced engineer.
Yeah, you get experience. You may have been in your room or maybe done a 2-year course in a college or something like that,
Yeah.
but the engineer sitting behind that desk could maybe have recorded hundreds, if not thousands, of tracks. Like,
Yeah,
so it really is. Well, that's what you get. You get what you pay for, really.
yeah, of course.
But yeah, not to put a damper on it, I think it is great. Been thinking recently about getting my own sort of home studio kind of thing
Yeah.
going on, just to have it at home, because whenever I did, I was constantly writing music. I would never forget a riff because it was like in my head, straight down, record it, and away. But now, obviously, not having the stuff at home, can't really do that. It's
Mhm.
back to voice notes.
Voice notes. Yeah,
Which is fair enough, you need to do it, but if you have a multi-track or any sort of thing, laptop and interface in front of you, it's great for recording stuff.
yeah. Just to get your ideas down in a more structured
Yeah,
manner. If you had layers in your head for a track,
yeah,
it means you can do that.
cool. So we both think that it's a go. It's a good idea.
It can be useful.
Don't think that it's I've spent this money, I don't need to go to a studio.
Yeah, it's not a replacement. It's a tool.
No, it's a tool to help you create, and it's not something that you should replace a studio with. We didn't argue this time.
We didn't argue this time. This is crazy.
So
Is it a vlog? Did it happen?
that's the vlog. It happened. Thank you very much for watching. And we'll be back again with another vlog. Cheers. Bye.